Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit Mercury conjunct the natal node. When we're talking about transits of Mercury can involve being objective, communication, thinking, learning, assimilating, and processing information. When you have this transit of Mercury conjoin one's natal north node, this can manifest in being objective communication, your thinking, learning, assimilating, processing information regarding your future. If you have this in Capricorn, say it could be a future maybe in business, government, dentistry. Especially like if it's a career position, especially if it's in this, not like if it's in the second, sixth, or 10th houses in the natal chart, because those are the money houses. Now it's also about your destiny as well. And if this is an Aquarius, it could be something like, for example, being doing something with altruism or humanitarianism, selflessness. If it's an Aquarius in the 11th house, it could be selflessness with friends. And also being objective, really learning, trying to see, communicating about what you think might be fated or preordained for you. And especially, the North Node energy, generally people don't utilize it. It's until like the second half of life, it may be around age 35 and older. But this is something where it could be thinking about what you feel you're fated to do, what you're destined, what is preordained for you at this time, and articulating these thoughts on this and talking about it, your direction that you feel you're destined to go into, and as far as what you need, what's going to be in your future. And the thing is, too, the North Node is connected with the development of the positive attributes and traits associated with the sign and house placement that it's in. And I have this in Pisces in my 11th house in my natal chart. So for me, when I have this transit, it could manifest in self-sacrificing energy with friends, or even the metaphysical, which includes astrology as a goal and aspiration. Expressing just compassion for acquaintances toward my friends, and in group, could be group related matters, seeing the whole picture in friends. This is something also too as well. This is about the North Node in astrology can also be about issues one may need to confront and address. So a way this could manifest, this could be a lot of thinking regarding this, talking about what you're going to do about certain issues that may need to be confronted or addressed. Say if you have this in Taurus in your 4th house, maybe it's over, maybe being could be monetary situations in the home life. It could be dealing with maybe in some cases it could be dealing with an avaricious or greedy family member or someone you're close to home with. And the North Node in astrology is also about our mission, our purpose. So this is about a time when there's thoughts regarding your mission and your purpose in life at this time when you have this transit. And if this is in say if you have this in Gemini in the 9th house, for example, this could be about the development of having manifold philosophies and beliefs, or even taking multiple variety of college courses in some cases. If you have this, say, as another example, actually what I want to state is that you might be when you have this transit, it could manifest in speaking about aspirations and what you're moving toward, what you're learning to become. Now, say if this is in Aquarius, for example, in your 8th house in your natal chart, you're having that transit in Aquarius in the 8th house. This could be about expressing altruism, selflessness, in a shared resources situation, or it could be giving moral, emotional, monetary support. Also, to remember that Mercury is not just about our communication, thinking, and assimilating information. It's also associated with siblings, cousins, neighbors, and they could figure more prominently, play more of an integral role in developing the qualities that are necessary for your future. And if it's in, I mean, say for example, like in my case, I have this in Pisces in my 11th house, again, my natal chart, and these people may play more of a role in terms of trying to overlook the transgressions of others, forgiveness, being less critical, seeing the overall picture, being less judgmental and critical, which can be denoted, of course, by my South Node in Virgo placement. I have the South Node Virgo in the 5th house. Obviously, if I have Pisces, I mean, if someone has Pisces and North Node Pisces in their 11th house, they have the South Node in Virgo in the 5th house. And the fact that my nodes are intercepted, it does make it more difficult, more exasperating, a little harder to actually, maybe to sometimes access or actually deal with. But anyway, it's also a time when you have this transit, and this could also be, well, and also another example, like in my case, when I have this transit for me with Pisces in the 11th house, it could be about the siblings, cousins, neighbors. I don't have any siblings, so it don't apply to me, but if someone else has this, it could manifest in siblings, cousins, neighbors, and being very encouraging about Pisces aspirations and goals, whether it might be metaphysical, which includes astrology, poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, anesthesiology, doing something with illusions, such as working as a magician, some kind of rescuing profession maybe. And also too, this could also be about really I'm being flippant with this one. Maybe there's more of an interest in futuristic cars. Remember, the North Node is about the future. Cars are associated with Mercury, but it could also be, it can be about an issue with a vehicle that you may have to address or confront, because Mercury is associated with local transportation. And if there's something, I mean, this is something where you may have to deal, and it was something that a lot of it can be predicated depending on the sign. If it's Gemini, could be some superficial or scratch issues on the front of the front of the car. If it's in Pisces, it might be something very confounding, or it might be some chemical leak going on. But anyway, this transit does not last that long. I mean, on average, it may be around 3 days, somewhere in that general ballpark, because Mercury, when Mercury is direct, it does not, it doesn't take that long to traverse, the one zodiac sign, to go 30 degrees in a zodiac sign. It's a very short transit. So anyway, the thing about this is too, I mean, it's also about, we could manifest in taking short journeys, because short journeys are associated with Mercury. Short journeys connected with fulfilling your purpose in that second half of life, which is generally, I would say, would be like age 35 and beyond. Say if you have this in Capricorn in your 9th house as an example, it could be taking a short journey, maybe to some conventional, Orthodox religious congregation. I don't mean Orthodox in terms of, that religious, the actual name of the religious group. I mean something very conventional as far as religion goes. And it might be used to attain structure and discipline in your life, because Capricorn is associated with that. Now, if you have this, say if this is an Aries in your 12th house in your natal chart, it could be a short trip or short journey, maybe to learn. It could be self-defense, because Aries is combative energy. It's about being able to fight and win, and it could be used to, if it's in the 12th house, to combat. Combat is Aries, and hidden adversaries, which of course is the 12th house. So this transit, people have to keep in mind that it's more than just, Mercury is connected with more, of course, than just our communication and thinking and processing information and learning. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, people have to remember too, this transit, it could also be about going back to the North Node, being connected with what issues one may have to confront or address. This could manifest in some cases in some issues. Remember, Mercury, anatomically, it's associated with the hands, the arms, the lungs, breathing, eyesight. And the thing about this is, if there's when you have this transit in some isolated cases, it could be about issues that might be certain problems with those with what I just described, especially if you have this in the first or the sixth house in your natal chart. The first house, of course, corresponds with the physical body. Sixth house can be connected with health, physical health related issues. Say if this is an Aquarius, it could be something, some kind of erratic or sporadic breathing, or Gemini, it could be like, say because Mercury is associated with eyesight, it could be double vision. Or if it's in Pisces, it could be very blurry, unclear vision. It could be, if it's in Taurus, it could be a little persistent, maybe pain, stubborn pain in your arms or your hands. So, and Mercury is also with nerves as well. So there can be some nerve-related issues that it might reach a point where if you've had them for a protracted period, you may have to deal with it at this time. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.